This model kit review is of the B-26 Marauder. It's a 1/48 scale model by Monogram. I bought this online, and he had cut up the box, so it came in another box, and this is all that he has. There's this picture here. Also, I lost the original decals, so he had some new decals that he sent, and a picture of the model. And here's another picture, actually several other pictures of the finished model. And let's have a look inside here. This is an older model kit. Looks like we have some loose pieces here. We have our canopy and gunner glass there. So look at these other pieces. Some other parts of the glass that have come off. We do have a pilot which has got a face that's been painted. That's about it. We have some of the guns and some more of the guns there. And pretty part of the gunner area. We'll have to have a look at the instructions for that one. This looks like it's probably part of our instrument panel. And not really sure what these pieces are yet. Here we have one of the bulkheads, probably part of the wing braces. Let's have a look at our fuselage. This is a fairly large plane. Molding quality is reasonable. It's an older Monogram kit. We do have a little bit of a line here for the molding. These are all raised panel lines and rivet lines. We do have some surface detail. Let's have a look on the inside. We do have some details that are molded in. Not a huge amount, but some details on the inside here. We have our wings here. So the wings do have some detail on the inside. That's probably where our wheel wells are going to go. And yeah, there's our wheel well right behind the engine nacelle. Fairly well molded. This mold was created in 1978. Same for the other side. Next we can look at our engine nacelles. Put some details on the inside for the wheel wells. Here's a bulkhead with some nice printed details there. Our exhausts. Another bulkhead former with braces probably for the wings. Over here we have, looks like nose wheel well, bomb bay flaps. Here are our wheels, control panel, or control stick, sorry, and probably part of the exhaust off the back of the engine, and flaps. Here we have our engine cowling, front part of the nacelles. Here's our machine gun. And propellers fairly well molded. Here's our cockpit seat. Looks like benches maybe to sit on. Here are the other parts of the guns and the bomber's sighting. Here's our tail wing, stabilizer, and the engines are unfortunately molded in not very good quality. Wheels are pretty good. And other figures. Here are the bombs. And probably flaps there. So these are the decals that were sent with the model. Because the original Monogram decals are missing. So we have one sheet of decals with some detail. They're very nicely printed. Let's have a look at their placement. And here is our instruction guide. These are the colors needed. And we start off with the inside of the fuselage. That all needs to get painted. And then the formers go on. And the bulkheads. Then the cockpit is built. The floor is put in. And the guns. This is the bomber area, it looks like. Sorry, the gunner area. And he's put in. Fuselage then glued together. And some of the side guns are put on. Then the nose wheel is put together. Wings are glued together. And the landing gear are assembled and put in. You put in the main gear door. So those are not the flaps. Those are the gear parts I said earlier. Then the other side's put together. And the wings are then glued on. We actually have, there's the bombs going to bomb bay. We have the bomb bay covers, doors, then the engine and nacelle and cowling are put together with the propeller, and those are assembled onto the wings. Then the glass pieces are put together, as well as the stabilizer. Lastly, looks like the tail gunner. And some instructions. So these are the original decal and paint guide. So all in all, reasonable level of molding, fair amount of detail, and that should be a good build.